What's up, guys? Peace. All right, let's talk about and discuss Smackdown for January the 27th, 2023. This was the go-home show for the Royal Rumble, the Smackdown portion. Overall, the show was solid. Pretty decent show. So, we kicked the show off with the Bloodline, as per usual. So, an SUV pulls up in the arena. Out come the Usos and Sikoa. They greet their boy, Sami Zayn. He comes out of the blue. He's in a WWE truck wearing a hoodie. He whispers to Jay and tells him that what he did on Monday, he won't forget that. He owes him. Jay says he's got him, but Sami says he's got him, which is great. Both guys having each other's backs. And Jay says if he ever needs something, he has him. Jay tells him that they have orders not to speak to him, and they embrace Zayn, and they dap each other up, and they dip out. Nice. So I'm digging the Bloodline shit. It's really good stuff. I'm just wondering, what does Roman want Sami to do at the Royal Rumble? Because that, to me, is the most important. Does he want him to win the Rumble or what? And I don't think that Sami Zayn, per se, needs to win the Rumble. I really don't. In order to progress the story and move it forward, it doesn't need to essentially happen. Sami's golden either way you look at it. We could still get Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber, because it is in Canada this year. So it's in his hometown. So who's to say we don't get it like that, where the main event is Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn for the WWE Universal Undisputed Championship. So, yeah. All right, moving on. First match tonight, Rey Mysterio versus Karrion Kross, with Scarlett by Karrion Kross' side. Mysterio wins via a crucifix roll-up. I'm fine with this. The match was fairly decent. It was short. I think it went about 7 to 8 minutes. Wasn't too long. Scarlett getting involved, to me, that's fine. I've come to figure it at this point, so it is what it is. But this leads me to think that we're going to get another Kross and Mysterio match. I think this feud's just beginning, and I do think that at the Rumble, they will continue to progress the story. It actually makes the most sense. So we'll probably have a little story in the Rumble involving Rey and Kross. And I wouldn't be shocked if we also see Dominic get involved as well to set up the WrestleMania program between him and his father, his papi, Rey Mysterio. So we get a video package hyping up the Men's Royal Rumble. Fine. Out comes Austin Theory. So Theory says that the champ is here. He says that not only did he retain his title on Monday, but now because he said not only did he retain his title on Monday, but now they're in the now. So he also says that he's going straight to the Royal Rumble and he's going to win the Rumble. Then this promised New Day to come out. So we all know where this is going. A big brawl basically ensues. So New Day comes out. Kevin gets on the mic, says that there's only 3 Austins that he respects: Austin Creed, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the city where he lives in the great state of Texas, Austin, Texas. So Xavier says that he knows the Raw's a 3-hour show, and then they need to fill that show. SmackDown only has 2 hours. So enough talking. Let's just get down to business, basically. And then Kofi says something in Spanish about Big E. And And then Miz comes out. That prompts the Miz to come out. So, Miz says he's the biggest star in WWE. He's been competing in the Rumble matches before Theory hit puberty. Okay, we all know this, Miz. And then Austin Theory says that means that he's old. And the Miz says he's older, wiser, smarter, and better than he'll ever be. That being Austin Theory. And then they all ensue to brawl with one another. And then Bobby Lashley, he enters the fray and takes out everybody. Then out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar appears, F5s, and he's automatically inserted into the Royal Rumble. So I'm fine with this. We all know Brock was going to come in and fuck shit up anyway. We knew that he was going to return at Raw 30 anyway. So why not SmackDown? Makes the most sense, right? So we are also going to have a story between Brock and Lashley at the Rumble. They should tell that probably midway through the Rumble, I would imagine. I don't expect Brock or Lashley to be in the final, 6. I just don't see that happening. So you could probably tell that story of Brock and Lashley, where they basically eliminate each other, and maybe Lashley has some help with the Hurt Business, and they maybe, assist Lashley or whatever. So we're probably going to tell that story, and they're going to write it out until Mania, which I'm fine with. So that makes the most sense. Moving on, Lacey Evans. Finally, she makes her new in-ring debut, finally. So she takes out Jasmine Allure. She defeats her in fairly quick fashion via the Cobra Clutch, which I liked. I love her attire. Great. She cut a really good promo after the match, saying that she calls the Cobra Clutch unbreakable. And she says that they'll be mad tomorrow after she wins the Rumble. And then Lacey Evans proceeds to throw out Allure. So she throws her out. And apparently Allure has done some stuff in GCW or what have you. So that's cool, I guess. Who gives a fuck? But I do expect Lacey Evans to have a good showing, and I'm glad that she's finally being used on television, finally, after all the vignettes. We've had weeks and weeks of vignettes. So, yeah. Moving on, Kayla Braxton, she's backstage with Drew and Sheamus. So, they both talk about it's a big night tonight, taking on Hit Row, and they're talking about the Rumble being tomorrow. So they both slap each other. So Kayla says tonight they're going to take on Hit Row, and then Sheamus says they'll send Hit Row back to Skid Row. Drew says that the lads are in town. They better put up banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. So we go on to that match, the semi-tag tournament final. Drew and Sheamus, they're taken out by Eric and Ivar, continuing their feud. They took them out. They brawled and beat them down into the barricade, put them into the barricade, and Eric hit a couple of splashes. No, Eric and Ivar hit a couple of splashes on Sheamus and McIntyre. So basically, we see a clip coming back from commercial. We see a clip involving Sheamus and McIntyre. They're chasing the Viking Raiders. So Hit Row, they hit the ring, and Pierce says that Sheamus and Drew volunteered to be out of the match. But he said that everyone's going to compete, and they're going to have a replacement team. Then out comes Strowman and Ricochet. So Strowman and Ricochet, they win. They advance via the Monster Bomb. So I'm fine with that. Kayla Braxton, she's backstage with Kevin Owens. So KO says that he wants to right a wrong that happened 2 years ago at the Rumble. He should have been champion, but that didn't happen. He says if he wants to win the title tomorrow, he has to take as many members of the bloodline he can before the Rumble as he can. So then the Usos, they come into play, but officials break it up. Adam Pearce tells the Usos to leave, and then he doesn't want to see him in the building again. So they oblige. So the Usos, they're backstage getting into the SUV. Jay answers the phone, and he's obviously talking to Sami Zayn, saying that he needs a favor. So James hangs up and he gets into the SUV. So, fine with that. Moving on, LA Knight. He's out next, dressed in old Bray Wyatt attire. So he takes off the hat and shirt. He has a little small mini lantern. He says the biggest moment in Raw history happened on Monday as he walked down the ring and showed up. And like the turd in the punch bowl came out, that being The Undertaker, to assist Bray Wyatt. So he tells them to shut up, that being the fans. He says no one wants LA Knight one-on-one. LA Knight tells Bray that he has 24 hours until the pitch black match, and then he wants to take every advice from The Undertaker that he gave him via whispering to come out to any version that he wants. So, let's go pitch black. Insert Bray Wyatt. He's on a rocking chair. And Bray says he knows that Bray says that they both know that LA Knight isn't smiling on the inside. But it doesn't matter. The time for talking has come and gone. At the Rumble, he will finally meet the man he has been looking for. And he tells LA Knight to have a great night. He laughs. Because the laugh and joke. Because tomorrow, when the lights go out, he'll see. And then Bray laughs. And so Uncle Howdy, he's standing in the background in the crowd as there's some spotlight that shines on him. So I like this. This is actually one of the matches I'm looking forward to. And I do hope that we have this match go on first. That would be the most smart thing to do. Because it's interesting, because I'm looking forward to see what's going to do. What's going to come out of this and how it's going to be done. And hopefully that WWE doesn't fuck things up too much, hopefully. But I am looking forward to this match, and I do think that we will see the reveal of Uncle Howdy. I really do think that we're going to see the reveal. It has to happen, because if it doesn't, what's the point? We can't continue to go on with this. At some point, the story has to continue to progress and continue to further on. You can't just stop in the middle of shit and just leave it as is. Next, Legado del Fantasma took on Imperium. So Imperium wins via the Imperium Bomb. And it was pretty cool to see Legado work as baby faces. That's fine. I know why they didn't win. We obviously know it's going to be the finals are going to be Ricochet and Strowman taking on Imperium, which will probably have Imperium go over and to take on the Usos. Makes the most sense, I would assume. Although it wouldn't matter, because we know that the Usos are not going to lose until WrestleMania, along with Roman. That's when the bloodline story kind of ends for everyone, and then we're forced to pick up the pieces once that story is done, and then go into another whole different story and chapter with new beginnings. And I do think that that's what's going to happen. But Imperium being tag champs, I love that, but not right now. Just wait until after Mania. And that's what they might do. They could kind of postpone that until Mania, until after Mania. Maybe the Usos come out and want their rematch or something. I don't know. So Adam Pearce, he's backstage. He comes in. Charlotte Flair comes in. So she tells him that Sonya is annoying and the opportunities are earned, not given. But Sonya is persistent. And Charlotte says that she'll give Sonya a title match. So Adam Pearce says he'll tell her next week. So Charlotte Flair has a match against Sonya Deville for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Okay, I'm fine with it. Sonya does deserve a little bit better, though. She's kind of being de-pushed and de-emphasized. She's been on the back burner for quite some time. But, yeah. I'm glad that we're not getting this tomorrow. I mean tonight at the Rumble. I'm glad. Wouldn't make any sense. All right, main event. KO versus Solo Sikoa. That ended in a no contest. It was a really good match. So Solo was going for the... Okay, so Solo is going for his finish. No, KO hits the hits the splash, but Sami interferes and gets involved. So it's now it's a no contest. So Solo and Owens, they brawl. Owens brings in a steel chair. He hits Solo in the back with it. Solo and them continue to brawl. Solo attempts to do a powerbomb on the table, but it doesn't break. So Owens, he grabs the chair. He looks at Zayn. He turns around and hits Solo with the chair. Owens throws the chair. He walks away. He gets on the mic and says he's going to bring everything that he has tomorrow to take out Reigns. And I like that because it shows you that KO still has a soft spot for Sami, and that, you know, could this all be a ruse from the start? But only time will tell. But we all know that KO is not winning at the Rumble. We know Roman's going to retain. And I forgot to mention that there was a really good video package hyping up Cody. He's my pick to win the Rumble. And I think that him dethroning Roman Reigns does seem believable. Now I don't know how we're going to get there. You know, with it being basically a 5-on-1, adding the Usos, Solo, Sami, and even Paul Heyman. So does that mean do we see maybe KO getting involved with Cody? You know, helping Cody out. Do we see Nick Aldis come on board and help Cody out? Do we see Brandon Rhodes? Do we see Cody's brother Dustin come in and being used for that storyline? I mean, there's a whole host of things that could happen. I wouldn't be shocked if we see Dustin Rhodes come in and work an angle with his brother. I think that would be great. I think that would be tremendous just to have him in for a couple of shows would be great to kind of, you know, help Cody out and be in his corner. He's not doing anything in AEW now anyway, so I'm pretty sure Tony Khan would give Dustin that blessing to let him work a storyline with his brother, be a part of one. That would be tremendous. That's the only way I see Roman being dethroned, is that, you know, you're going to have some type of involvement from, you know, Dustin, Nick Aldis, maybe AJ in the club, in order to to defeat Reigns. You're going to have that type of numbers advantage. So it could be a scenario where, you know, Cody wins, but he has a lot of help to do it, because that's how Roman's been able to stay on top. You know, he's had people to do his dirty work for him. He's always had his underlings under him. Or you could have Jay, you know, kind of cost Roman as well, because the whole bloodline thing started with Roman and Jay, and it could very well end with Roman and Jay. But overall, SmackDown itself was decent. I enjoyed it. It was a really decent, fast-paced show. And a lot is to be desired. I do think that the Royal Rumble will be decent. I do think that we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about after everything is said and done. And I'm just all around excited for the event. I really am. And I think that Triple H is going to basically go all out as best he can. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to my videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.